Alright guys, so a little while back I talked about my idea for a Batman animated film, doing like a loose adaptation of the Batman story, Batman the Man Who Laughs, and talking about what I'd like to, if I could do anything do that kind of adaptation of an animated film, and talk about what I'd add, what I'd take away. I didn't really want to take away much, but I wanted to add stuff that actually made sense instead of a 40-minute prologue. Anyway, so I decided to bring it up again, but this time around, this time I'm going to be talking about an animated a Batman Superman story that I have always said could work easily as a animated film. It makes perfect sense for this to be a animated film. This story is Superman Batman: The Search for Kryptonite. Now, in this Superman Batman story, the story revolves around Superman, who, after being crippled severely by a surprise dose of kryptonite, he has decided to, with Batman's help, to rid the world of kryptonite so he can do his job. Along the way, they encountered a bunch of heroes and villains who didn't want them to accomplish the job. They had a fight with Aquaman, they, encountered a kryptonite doomsday, Superman was even betrayed by Lana Lang in this story. Now, this story is, it's a very cool story because it shows not only, Superman, showing how powerful he can be, and what lengths he'll go to protect the Earth, and maybe, it kind of shows the line of how much, maybe we do need kryptonite, maybe there is a need for kryptonite, as well as the most important thing of the trust between Superman and Batman, because out of everyone that Clark knew, he chose Bruce to help him in this endeavor, and only Bruce. That was the big thing with this comic. This the storyline was, it was about it was basically about Superman putting his trust in Batman, who, I know, at the end of the story, if you've read the comic, he has all this kryptonite stockpiled in a lead-lined case, and I understand that he has all these different types of kryptonite stockpiled, but at the same time, he's like, I never want to use this. Even if it comes down to me and Superman, I never want to use this kryptonite. So I really do like it, of how much, Superman, Clark and Bruce trust each other in this story. So the story, it's pretty good. It's, as I've talked about before, Superman Batman Search for Kryptonite is probably one of my favorite Superman and Batman stories, them put together. So I think, this would make a great animated film. I think this would make an absolutely fantastic animated feature. There is so much in here you can do. There would be some great fight sequences. I think, would I use, who would I use for the voice cast? That's always the big question. Now, I don't know if I would use Kevin Conroy in this. I don't know if I would, but I would definitely use George Newbern. I would definitely use George Newbern. Why George Newbern and not Tim Daly? Well, as much as I like Tim Daly, and I know he does a great Superman, but I feel like Newbern has a certain, he has that kind of regal yet very calm kind of demeanor. I loved his take of Superman in Superman vs. the Elite, which is still probably one of the best DC animated films. I thought he was great in there. So I would love to. So if I could, I would definitely cast George Newbern as Superman in this Batman Superman. For Batman, I don't know if I would have Kevin Conroy. Again, you can't discredit. I'm not trying to discredit Kevin Conroy here. I really am not. Again, it's Kevin fucking Conroy. It's the voice of Batman. But as I've said before, it never hurts to have it never hurts to branch out and see other people do voices for Batman. Maybe, as I talked about, Miguel Ferreira, who most of you guys would probably know from CSI Los Angeles. I don't watch the show, per se. I just know the actor, and I know he's in there a lot. So, but I think he has a great voice, and I talked about he would make a good voice for Batman in my idea for the Man Who Laughs story. So maybe him. Bruce Greenwood's also really good. I don't know. Again, I don't know if I would cast him again. Probably, because again, Bruce Greenwood's probably, in my opinion, the second best Batman voice actor we've ever had, right behind Conroy. But that's just my opinion, the whole Bruce Greenwood thing. That's just my personal opinion. If you don't think so, that's totally fine. But yeah, that's how it kind of goes for me. Kevin Conroy, then Bruce Greenwood. Anyway. But definitely, like I said, definitely George Newbern in here. CCH Pounder for Amanda Waller, who's also in this story. Yeah, because yeah, I can't think of anyone else who voices her so perfectly. She also recently did Assault on Arkham, so yeah, CCH Pounder for Amanda Waller. Maybe Sarah Michelle Gellar for Supergirl. Maybe. She would be interesting. I don't know. Again, I really suck at fan casting for voices. But yeah, this is a great story. I don't know what I would take away from here, because every moment counts. I think I would shorten... One thing I would say, just to allot time, because again, you're only going to get an hour, a little over an hour, close to an hour and 20 minutes for each animated feature. So I would say, for this, I would probably take out some of the stuff we had in the... If there's this part of this story where Superman encounters a lunar kryptonite, which, it's magical kryptonite, which makes him high. It makes him stoned, and there's some just useless scenes of him wandering around the Justice League watchtower with all the other characters looking like chibi characters in his eyes, and he's trying his best not to, they're trying to keep him from destroying everything. Meanwhile, Batman's fighting dinosaurs on an island with Zatanna. It's something. So maybe I would cut out some of that stuff, just to cut down on time, but I would like to keep them, maybe have a quick moment with the moon kryptonite, I don't know, but if it's anything I'd have to cut out, because again, you'd have to, you've only got so much time in here, and this is about I think a 6-part story, a 5 to 6 part story. So I'd have to say the moon kryptonite stuff would have to be cut down, a bit, unfortunately. But yeah, I think this would just be a great, I think I've always said that this is probably one of my most wanted animated feature, for DC to be animated, but at the same time, after Killing Joke, man, I don't know. Again, if you enjoy Killing Joke, that's totally fine. Me personally, I just didn't care for it. But yeah, I think this would be cool. I would keep it in, pre-52 universe, because this is a pre-52 story. So, anyway. So what do you guys think? Do you guys like this idea? And, do you like it? Do you hate it? Just comment below, let me know. And once again, hope you all enjoyed this, and I will see you guys later.